All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Crypto Talk with Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Hope you guys have had a good Thanksgiving weekend so far, getting ready for the new week. It's always hard to go back to work right after a holiday season like this. I understand. But you can do it. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from. I see we have Mafoose from Laurel, Maryland. Anthony Pinkston. Coach A.B. Robinson. That's the voice. Sean Robinson. Tracy Kubish. Stan Williams from Tampa, Florida. Tracy from South Haven, Mississippi. Michael Williams from Indiana. GK from New Jersey. Justice LeBron from Puerto Rico. Travis Lofty from Corpus Christi, Texas. Shauna Ross, Charlotte, North Carolina. Orna Vasquez. Benita Nunez. Been a while, Benita. Welcome. Denisha Watlington from North Carolina. Robert Wood from Baltimore. Quincy Roll. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be dispensing financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestions, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There are 4 rules I live by in the crypto space. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Make a decision, take action, and stay focused. Do not get distracted. There's so many things out there that can distract you in this space. Remember, you have limited resources. Now, this is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. All right, so let me go ahead and get things set up here. Let's get screen share on as well. Okay, you should be able to see the screen. The first we're going to talk about is something historical that just happened in Ohio. Ohio becomes the first state to accept Bitcoin for tax payments. They were not the first state to attempt this. That's Georgia and Arizona that is still going through their legislative processes. But Ohio has actually put it through. So let me post this here. Hello, Mr. Stewart. Andrea Bernard from New Jersey. All right, Ohio becomes the first state to accept Bitcoin for tax payments. Starting Monday, tomorrow, businesses in Ohio will be able to pay for their taxes in Bitcoin. If anybody ever asks you, is it real? Is it real money? When the government is willing to take it to payments for taxes, you better believe it's real. You know, there's two cases of any monetary use that if you ever want to know that something's real, when the IRS starts accepting it for payment, and when those in the sex industry start accepting it for payment. Those two things there let you know without a shadow of a doubt that this is real. Try paying the IRS and monopoly money and see what happens. Try paying a prostitute a monopoly money and see what happens. When those two are accepting this as payment for their services, it's you can't get any more real than that. So making the state that's high in the middle and round on both ends, the first in the nation to accept cryptocurrency officially. Companies who want to take part in the program simply need to go to ohiocrypto.com and register to pay whatever taxes their corporate hearts desire in crypto. It could be anything from cigarette sales taxes to employee withholding taxes, according to a report in the Wall Street Journal, which first noted the initiative. The brainchild of current Ohio State Treasurer Josh Mandel, the Bitcoin program is intended to be a signal of the state's broader ambitions to remake itself in a more tech-friendly image. If you understand one thing about competition, when one business or one state does something, the other states, if they want to, or businesses, if they want to remain relevant, if they want to be able to compete, they're going to do the same thing. Ohio's leading the way. Already, Ohio has something of a technology hub forming in Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, man, last time I was in Columbus, I think that is the coldest I have ever felt in my life. I mean, it's like my bones. I could feel the chill in my bones. No jacket, no hoodie, no turtleneck, sweatshirt was keeping me warm. It's like I was freezing from the inside out. Columbus, Ohio. Home to one of the largest venture capital funds in the Midwest. Speaking of the Midwest, you guys see what's going on in Chicago right now? I just saw on the news they had all flights are canceled out of Midway. I just flew out of Midway a couple of days ago, last week. All flights canceled. Snowstorm coming. I just got a text from Byron out there in Chicago. All power is out. They're sitting there in the dark. I got out at least a week early. I'm praying for you guys up there in Chicago. Anyways, Drive Capital in Cleveland, the city once called the mistake on the lake. Really? I have heard of that before. Cleveland is called the mistake on the lake. It's trying to remake itself in cryptocurrency's image with a new drive to rebrand the city as Blockland. Really? I never heard of that one. So now that LeBron James is gone, they're going to rebrand the city after Bitcoin. Blockland. I think they could come up with a better name than that. Whether anyone will look to take advantage of Ohio's newfound embrace of digital currencies is debatable. I am not moving to Ohio just because of this. I'm telling you that right now. I know I live in California, but that's not happening. The cryptocurrency market is currently in the kind of free fall or collapse or implosion or conflagration or all-consuming dumpster fire that's usually reserved for tulips in Holland in February 1630. Really? Really? This is TechCrunch, so I'm not surprised. You're going to go all the way back to the tulip wolves in Holland in 1637. Other states around the country in the Southeast, Southwest, and Midwest also considered accepting Bitcoins for taxes. But those initiatives in places like Arizona, Georgia, and Illinois never got past state legislators. The state is working with the cryptocurrency payment startup BitPay. Oh, wow. To handle its payments, which will convert the Bitcoin to dollars. BitPay is about to come up big time because if Ohio's going to use them, all the other states are going to use them. So BitPay might be something you want to invest in. I'm just saying. All right, speaking of, let's actually take a look at the market since we looked at it this morning. Let's see, what is the market doing? It was in double-digit reds this morning. Free falling. First thing we look at these top numbers. 128 billion. Hey, wait a minute. Wasn't that about 124 billion this morning? So $4 billion has been added to the market. Bitcoin dominance is at 54%. It was at 54.3, I think, this morning, which meant this new money didn't go to Bitcoin. It went to the altcoins. But let's take a look. See that? Learn to read the chart. First thing you do is look at these top numbers. It tells you what's about to happen down here. So now let's look. Oh, wow. Bitcoin, 4% positive since the last 24 hours. We are going to take a closer look. I need to log into one of my exchanges. So I'm going to stop share for a second. And I'm going to pull this up. I need to see this a bit closer because stuff's going down right now and it is in the positive. So I need to see, is this a real turnaround or what I call a fake out? And what I mean by a fake out, have you guys ever played basketball? If you have a fully inflated basketball, when you drop it, just drop it, not bounce it. The first bounce usually bounces all the way back up to your hand. That's how it usually goes. If you have a flat basketball and you just let it go and let gravity do its thing, the first bounce is always lower than the last, and then it just keeps bouncing lower. That's what the market has been doing this past couple of weeks. It's been a flat basketball. So we want to see signs that it's actually turning the other way. So let's, before I come to this chart, let's come back to CoinMarketCap and look further. So you should be able to see my screen again now. All right, Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum. Ethereum is still at $114. Bitcoin Cash is still under $200, but it's a turnaround. At least it's back in the green. That's at least a 15% turnaround on average. Tether's in the red, which means people are pulling their coins out of Tether, putting them back into the market. But the market has new money in it now. See, this is new money. Tether, this is old money that's already in the market that's being counted. Let's look at the best performers. Monocoin's up 35%. Metaverse, 24%. Anything Veritasium, 15%. Anything worth note. Nano, Verge is up 7%. Zcash, there you go, is up 6.9%. Steam, Litecoin is up 6%. That's a good positive turnaround. Ripple's up 5, almost 6%. It's a good turnaround. What is Electroneum doing right now? Electroneum is up 5%. Still hasn't reached the 1 penny mark yet, but that's a good turnaround from where it's been going the last couple of days. Now let's look at the worst performers. Click on change 24. MOAC, ontology. So the worst performer is at -4%. So yeah, the market not only has it flattened, but it is turning around. So now let's look a little closer. MOAC is up 11%. Look at that. It's almost at 1 penny. I need to buy a whole lot more before it keeps going up. All right, let's look at Poloniex here. 5-minute chart for the last 6 hours. Okay, last price, 4,060. CoinMarketCap has it at 39.85. So Poloniex last price, 24-hour high, 42.29. 24-hour low, 36.40. That is a huge, that's an $800 jump in a short period of time, or a $600 jump in a short period of time. 24 hours. So the market looks like it squeezed. Let's go back 24 hours. So remember last night, I talked about this squeeze that was taking place. And then when it splits, which direction it would go. So now we see it is back on the rise again, but now it's starting to level off. Let me look at the last 2 days. Starting to level off a bit, and it's starting to trend downward a little bit, at least the bottom 4 days and 6 hours. The bottom's starting to trend down, but the top still remains flat. Middle starting to bend bottom. This last 15 minutes been doing. A little bit in the green. The last hour or so, it's been coming back down. So it was good right up here. And that's just like 30 minutes ago. An hour ago. But now it seems to be coming back down a bit. 5 minute again. Last price is still at 4,055. Let's look at the buy and sell orders. Any major movements happening? So the sell orders are at the $4,000 range. Buy orders, $4,000 range. That's a good sign. It's kind of flat. Any big numbers happening? Remember, yeah, this one, is this the same one from yesterday still? 38 Bitcoins, but the price has been adjusted. So if they're still selling 38, they just adjusted the price. 4,098. Trying to sell that many Bitcoin, $156,000 worth. What about the buy orders? Any huge buying orders going on? There's that same number there again, 38. I'm curious as to that. What are they trying to buy it at? 4,019. What's the last? 4,055. So it's not there yet. Any others? Looks like that's the same one from yesterday. No movement happened on it. 11 Bitcoin here, $46,000 worth. 19 Bitcoin. Where did it go? Yeah, there it is. I'll have to load more. At $75,000 worth. So I only see two whales, and it might be the same individual doing a buy and a sell order, stop losses. All right, so we continue to watch this. It's I'm going to look at this again before I go to sleep tonight to be able to tell the difference. How you doing, Bethany? Okay, let's go back to the article. The new article. Universities in New York, Tokyo, and Luxembourg support crypto development. How many times do I say education is key? Education is everything. So now you got universities getting in on it. New York, Tokyo, and Luxembourg. Academic institutions from all corners of the world are offering classes on cryptocurrencies and supporting research initiatives in this burgeoning sector. From New York to Tokyo, universities are spearheading a plethora of crypto-themed courses. You hear that word they said? A plethora. They didn't just say a lot. A plethora also means a wide variety. See, the blockchain industry is going to disrupt every industry on the planet. Therefore, you just pick any industry and you got to learn about blockchain and how it's going to impact that industry. Health and wellness, travel, healthcare, food, medical marijuana, the sex industry, entertainment, music, movies, cell phones. Oh, yes. In the very near future, that's all you're going to hear me talking about. Cell phone industry. Every industry is going to be disrupted from blockchain technology. And the new and the biggest businesses the world has ever seen haven't been invented yet. And they're going to be built on blockchain technology, which means the people that they hire. So for those of you who still don't have what it takes to become an entrepreneur, you think it's too risky, you want to stick to what you know, that 9-to-5 job, so you can get that guaranteed paycheck at the end of the week. You're not going to be able to get a job if you don't know this information. That is why no matter who you are, KGX is for everybody. It's not just for the entrepreneur who's trying to make some money. It is for every single person if they want to not just thrive, but survive this century. Those people that don't have the funds to go back to school, to go back to college, they don't have the desire to do so, nor the time. That's what KGX is here for. So when people say, who can I talk to about KGX? Everybody. Everybody needs to be a part of it. So IBM and Columbia University have announced 2 new accelerator programs for blockchain developers. Now, why would IBM do that? Well, what does IBM already do right now? Build computer software, programming. So they know, they already have a 3-month, 6-month, 3-year, 10-year game plan for blockchain. They already have it down. They know what businesses they're going to be starting up and supporting. Here's what they lack. They lack enough people qualified enough to help build their dream. So to facilitate this, they're going to partner with universities to make sure that the next batch of people that are looking for a job, making sure that they are trained in this blockchain stuff so that they can hire them. IBM is forcing the issue. So IBM and Columbia University have announced 2 new accelerator programs for blockchain developers. The programs will support 10 different startups, will last about 8 weeks, and give each company access to technology and services valued at approximately $400,000. The academic institution and the technologies giant will not seek equity or a payment in return. They are giving you this away. They're like, we're going to give you a company, we're going to give you the education, and you don't have to pay it back. You think IBM is going all in on this blockchain stuff? Do you think they're sweating the price of Bitcoin right now? No. The Columbia Blockchain Launch Accelerator is designed for pre-seed idea stage companies with an affiliation to New York City-based universities. This is a perfect time for a youngster that wants to make their mark on the world. They haven't been introduced to entrepreneurship yet. They're still plugged into the matrix and the system, but they're looking for the future. What a time to be alive. to be able to be positioned at this stage. What we're living through right now, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to see a real appreciation for it until maybe 20 years from now. And you're going to look back at this age and say, wow, that time frame was really the vanguard of when society as we know it changed forever. I was there. But you got to be more than say I was there. What did you do to participate? How did you take advantage of it? Or were you a naysayer on the sidelines? Or a spectator just watching it happen? Someone asked me after I did my Facebook Live this morning, because I kind of went into preach mode, personal development. And I asked, how do you find the time to be doing all this stuff you do? The traveling, the crypto talks, working with the teams, working with leaders, working with ownership, wearing many different hats. How do you find the time? And I'm like, I don't realize I'm wasting time because it's part of my life. I don't realize I'm working. Like right now, I'm working, but I'm not working. It's not work to me. I'm passionate about what it is that I do, and I believe in what it is that I'm doing. And that passion and belief translates into desire, which translates in, I don't stop until the job gets done. There is no wavering. There is no second thought or second guess or procrastination or I don't know, I got to wait for, none of that is even in my thought process. I appreciate being alive at a time where history is changing for humanity. I appreciate that. I want to take full advantage of it. I want to be immersed in it. I want to have that experience. I want to be able to say 30 years from now, when I'm 72 years old, oh my gosh, is that 30 years from now I'm going to be 72? Wow, that just hit me. But I want to be able to say, I took full advantage of that, and that is why my family is living the way it is right now. But thank you, Bethany, but it's not about me. I want to lead by example. I want to be inspiring that others do the same thing for themselves and their families and their friends. KGX right now should have 50,000 members in it. If every member of KGX right now just told 4 people, 4, we'd be right there. 4. I've sponsored like 170 something. 4. Anyways, we get way off track. Let's continue with this. Satish Rao, Executive Director at Columbia Blockchain Launch Accelerator, commented, early and late stage teams will undoubtedly benefit from IBM's technology resources, expertise, and established network coupled with Columbia's groundbreaking research and talent in blockchain and data transparency, all while benefiting from rapidly growing New York City blockchain communities. Wow. I see what they're doing. What about in Luxembourg? VNX Exchange, a Luxembourg-based platform for tokenized venture capital assets, has reportedly partnered with the University of Luxembourg. Now, you see what's happening here? It's companies that are partnering up with these universities, telling them, hey, listen, guys, we are about to be big in this space, and we need to hire people. Now, they're either going to come from your school or they're going to come through somebody else's school. The choice is yours. So as part of the cooperation, researchers at the university's Interdisciplinary Center for Security, Reliability, and Trust will try to create a safer trading environment by developing higher levels of network security and designing new IT frameworks. Dr. Radu State, expert in network security at the center, explained, broadly, we need to address two aspects: protecting against criminals who might try to hack the system to steal money or information, and guaranteeing compliance with anti-money laundering and KYC regulations. So their focus seems to be on the security side of things. Besides better security on the trading exchange, researchers are also challenged by the need to verify that the contracts that control the execution of individual transactions contain no vulnerabilities. University of Tokyo receives blockchain donation. The University of Tokyo has received a donation of about $800,000. That's 90 million yen. $800,000 to assist a blockchain innovation course for engineering students. The donation was supported by the Ethereum Foundation, and several companies participated, including Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group, the holding company behind the second largest bank in Japan by market value. So now you got the banks getting in on this. The purpose of the course, according to the donation announcement, is to teach students interested in entrepreneurship about blockchain technology and startup management know-how. It will offer intensive lectures and various events to students who have very strong math capabilities. The blockchain innovation course will also encourage the development of a win-win-win business model for companies, users, and society. You guys see the domino effect taking place. More mass adoption is now happening. Companies are going to universities and saying, we need to have educated people so that we can grow our business and hire them. We're willing to invest in the people to learn this blockchain stuff. But that's good for the kids. That's good for the next generation. What about the rest of you? You got to get yourself educated. You've got to get yourself plugged in. That is what KGX is here for. That's our foundation. But the stuff that we have that you're going to be able to make money with, 2019 is the year that the world hears about KGX. And there's two reasons why this is going to, actually three reasons why this is going to happen. I'm going to tell you. Reason number one, most companies in the crypto space don't survive their first 6 months to a year. We will still be here after our first year. In the United States, because we've got the legal representation, making sure that we're doing everything that we're supposed to do. So we got confidence that the company is legitimate. That's one reason. The second reason is the fact that we are offering crypto education to learn the basics of an industry that the world is about to really jump into, and we have no competition. That's the second reason why, because everybody's going to want to know more about what is this blockchain, what is this Bitcoin stuff, what is this crypto stuff. The third reason, actually there's four, I'll give a, but the third reason is because we are going to have a number of individuals who got themselves positioned in 2018 with the Green X rigs that are going to start profiting on it in 2019, which means we're going to create some millionaires, some 100,000aires, some thousandaires. We're going to change people's lives. And you know how the sheep are out there. When they see somebody having great success, then they start to pay attention. Wait. You mean to tell me that KGX Green X stuff you was talking about last year and the mining machine thingamajiggies, you mean to tell me that you walked off your job because of that? You mean to tell me you paid off all your debt because of that? You mean to tell me you made millions because of that? And then the fourth reason, and it's the reason I'm most excited about, it's the fact that KGX is positioned to take advantage of any new and emerging technology that the blockchain is going to disrupt and create. For example, cell phones. I can't express my excitement over this. The only way I can express it is by showing you results. So as soon as this sucker launches, it is game on and then game over. Just like that. Because I know exactly what to do. We did it before, and only this time we have no competition. It's 10 times bigger, and there's far more money on the table than before. And let me say it again, there's no competition. So yeah, 2019, anybody that's been sleeping on us all year, those that's been a part of KGX and done absolutely diddly squat but complained, I've removed those individuals from me. They're going to be the first to come jumping back and everything, you know, that's fine. But I'm looking at the new blood that's about to come on board. The people that's going to make the most money with us don't even know we exist yet. They've never heard of us yet. And I'm looking forward to the Bitcoin boot camps that we're going to be doing next year, starting with Seattle, up in Bethany's country, end of January. But I can't do it alone. Nobody can do it alone. We all have to do this together. So this week is my last vacation week, as I will be at the Blockchain Expo in Santa Clara. And when I come back, it is game on. I'm running. So with that, you guys have a great evening. I will be back more than likely tomorrow morning for early morning crypto talk. Thank you, Mafuz. Definitely hit that thumbs up button if you appreciate what you're hearing. We get the word out so more people can be exposed to this, exposed to the crypto. Another reason why you want to go through KGX training is so that when you hear me do these crypto talks, you'll be able to break down these articles the same way I do. I don't just read the article, I break it down. I see the good, the bad, the opportunities that they may provide, the nuggets that's made people like Bethany a whole lot of money. You got to go through the education first. So you guys have a great evening. Keep an eye on the market. Let's see if this is a short-term bounce, like a flat ball bounce, and then it's going to bounce lower again, or if it's the real deal and we have actually hit the bottom. Look at that. CoinMarketCap just went back up over 4,000, over 5%, 8% Ripple. What about the exchange? 4,081 is the last price. And wow, look at that. Well, that's a 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart, it just bumped up $20, 15 minutes. Oh, it adjusted itself. So this bottom Bollinger Bar seems to have leveled off a bit, but the top one is pointing down, which means we're about to have another tight squeeze. And what does that mean? Well, let's go back 24 hours. When they squeeze together, it's a lot of activity happening, and then it's going to break. Boom, boom. You just don't know if it's going to break up or down. This is when the real money's made, up or down, when money's being made. Like this squeeze. Squeeze, boom, boom, boom. Squeeze, boom, boom, boom. Go back 2 days. Squeeze, real drop. So we are in for another tight squeeze that's about to take place over the next couple of hours. So, all right, everybody. Hope you learned something new. As always, that is the point. Enjoy your evening. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.